Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi, and I'm pumped. You know, I'm pumped this week. I'm so ready for next weekend.
Next weekend? What's happening next weekend,
okay,
Javi?
So everyone knows Knowledge, of course, is a big competitive Call of Duty and stuff. He loves that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, you went to NWG Anaheim.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to go to this event. I wish I could. But I will be watching the shit out of it on Twitch, which is EVO 2014.
Yeah, EVO 2014, baby.
Let's go.
Woo!
All the best fighting games, well, I guess the best, and all the best people are going to be there.
Yeah, so EVO is the yearly tournament of it's like the fighting game mecca, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl of fighting games. And like what games are gonna be there? Like Ultra Street Fighter,
Ultimate Marvel, which I was a little bit surprised. I mean, that game is starting to kind of go downhill.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct, Injustice, Melee is still gonna be there.
Of course it is.
Yes. I mean, there was some problems before. I mean, earlier that there wasn't anything scheduled for it, but I guess they were just making sure. And then King of Fighters and I mean, good games.
All the games, yeah,
all the big games, all the big fighting games out right now.
It's gonna be good. I mean, it's gonna be. I've seen fighting, like I've watched Smash Brothers and other stuff, but I'm definitely gonna watch it this weekend because,
following weekend, yeah.
Yeah, this following weekend. Well, this coming weekend, whatever,
right.
Which is the 13th, the 12th, the 11th, the 13th.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, it's always fun. Even just watching. I mean, EVO moments are the best moments. Like that's when everyone there's so much just emotion going into it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, there's so much on the line for that stuff. So make sure you guys check that out on Twitch next weekend. It's gonna be some great. If you like fighting games,
if you like competitive, just watching competitive stuff, go ahead and watch it.
Yeah, because you can feel the emotion, you can feel everything on the line for these guys. But all right, so here at Nerds with Glasses podcast, we look for our favorite news stories of the week.
The ones we found most interesting.
Yeah, most interesting.
The ones that are the most interesting are the only ones we choose.
The only ones, baby. I think the one that stood out to me the most was the Crytek story.
Yeah, the UK, right?
Yeah, and Germany.
The whole company. Yeah.
So if you guys don't know who Crytek is, they've developed games like Far Cry, the original one, Crysis, which is a big it's a big PC. It's starting to spread out to consoles too, but it's definitely not as influential. I mean, it's on consoles, but it's not as influential.
I mean, it was a benchmark on PC.
Yeah, it's still like people like if you want to max out your PC, you want to see how strong your PC is, pop in Crysis. Yeah, pop in Crysis.
Or your computer explodes.
Shoot, because it's crazy. I mean, even I remember having a computer just like 4 years ago, and I thought it was an amazing computer, and I could not run. I wanted a benchmark my computer just to see, and it could run Crysis like on low. Like
we can run Crysis now.
Yeah, we definitely run it now. But what's going on with Crytek is they're having financial trouble, which I found really, really surprising because I just thought that they were a successful company. I mean,
I personally don't know many big games by them, but all the big games I do know of seem that they've done extremely well.
Yeah, I mean that what makes me think. See that, and this is what made me think. This is why I like the story is because I don't know how what's successful for a PC game. Now, see, Crysis 1 originally was just a PC game. Later on, it came on consoles, and everybody, I mean, anybody who knows the game Crysis would consider it a successful game.
Right.
But to me, it makes me think it's maybe they're not just making that much money on PC games. I mean, obviously consoles make more money than PC games.
And that is true. Like we said, like we were saying, it is a benchmark.
Yeah.
You know, most people would be running it on low.
Yeah.
So it's not, as readily available for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's another thing I didn't think of because you have to have just a strong computer just to run it. Yeah. But and not only that, they had other games like the Rise Son of Rome, which is one of the release games on the Xbox One.
Right.
And in the report that we read about Crytek, they were saying that they had it was a nightmare developing that game because there were so many cutbacks and all that type of stuff.
Wow.
And then if you look at that game, it makes sense because that game sucks.
Yeah, the graphics are amazing.
Yeah, the graphics are amazing. I mean,
that's the Crytek engine.
Yeah, the Crytek engine is
insane,
bar none. Nobody can compare to them. But definitely like the game itself is just a bunch of QuickTime events. Like,
oh really? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play it.
I mean, it's on our channel. We did the game movie for it. The story is amazing. The graphics are amazing. But it just as a game itself is really mediocre.
Right.
So when I read that about Crytek, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That game's not that good. But it's still, I don't know. I mean, I think in the PC world, Crysis is kind of like royalty. It's almost like it's something that on the Xbox is like Halo. Like on the PC, you would think kind of like
interesting.
Crysis.
You know, while I was installing it on Steam, I found out that I guess I think it's called GameSpy, is the company that works with the online and shut down.
Yeah.
So they don't have online anymore, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know how long ago that was, but I just remember, I just thought of it right now as I remember when we were installing. I was like, yeah, you can't go. So
GameSpy used to run their.
I mean, well, it was kind of like they would monitor the cheating and stuff like that kind of stuff. But I'm assuming it's what they monitor because I don't think they have online right now.
Yeah, GameSpy is old school. I didn't even know. Yeah, you used to be able to get online on Halo 1 with a hack with GameSpy.
Oh, really?
Crazy, yeah. Wow. I guess it did go out of business.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really. I mean, they're stopping or I don't know if they're stopping completely, but they
currently,
Revolution. The Revolution.
Yeah, so Homefront 2. So Homefront 1 was a decent game. It wasn't that great. Same thing, it had good graphics, cool story. You know, it had a good promise of a story. When you see the first cutscene, you get really excited about the game, but the actual game is kind of mediocre.
It's just a shooter, right? I mean...
Yeah. And to be honest, like, to be dead honest, like, I played Crysis 1 on the PC. I played probably the first 2 or 3 missions. I've heard the game gets a lot better the more you play it. And I don't know, I thought that game was mediocre too. Like, I mean, the graphics are great, but like gameplay wise, I don't know, like it didn't feel that great. But like I said, I have heard that the game starts kind of slow and it gets better. I played Crysis 2 beta, which was good too on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, because you're just like this beast, right? You're just like this monster that goes around.
I don't know. It was just generic. Like, I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, I played the beginning. I mean, I was expecting it to be your typical shooter. I wasn't expecting anything revolutionary gameplay wise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the time they had those like armor abilities, which Halo has stolen since then. But that's not something that you should steal. I mean, it was a cool mechanic, but I don't know. I thought the game was just mediocre.
Okay.
So maybe Crytek is just all about graphics.
I guess it's all opinion. You know, I didn't like. I thought Last of Us was very mediocre.
Yeah.
And everyone loves it, so.
I mean, yeah, it's obviously I mean, like the game got good reviews.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much that is for PC. Like, it's just because it's like good graphics or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like the story and graphics are those enough to make the game, you know, get a high score, and even if the gameplay isn't that great.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Crytek, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that story just because, like, Crysis itself is I think it's getting as a bigger series. So
and then just the Crytek engine is It's like the Crytek engine.
I wish I had a list of games that use it because I know there's
quite a big list. Yeah.
Because I know there has to be a lot of people who use it. You know, but this second story really caught my eye. I thought this was funny because this makes me think like you can't trust these reports. So this second story was that Sony said that the PS Vita shows that they have a healthy demand for PS Vita and that they're doing well. And I was like, okay, well...
What does demand mean? Does that mean people are buying it or people want it?
Yeah, like, because I want the Vita just because, I don't know, I want another new gadget, but... I don't own a Vita. Do you own a Vita?
I do not own a Vita.
Do you know anyone who owns a Vita?
One person, my cousin.
Okay, I don't know not one person who owns a Vita.
How many people?
Not one person. Yeah. I know no one who owns a Vita. No one.
And I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is their demand? Because I remember back when, you know, the PSP came out.
Yeah.
People wanted it. You know, it was like, oh, PlayStation on a PlayStation in your hands you can take anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted one, but I never got one. It was just like, okay, I always, you know, I was always on the DS. I was always on my Game Boy Advance. Those were healthy in demand, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who have those.
whether it's just little kids. I mean, in my high school, I know I saw way more Nintendo handhelds than any PlayStation handhelds. So it's just like, I mean, I know Japan, actually, I think Japan is pretty big on the handhelds for both, though. So,
yeah, for both, yeah, because they're both, yeah, I mean, but like, I mean, the PSP was, I mean, it wasn't obvious, it's not as big as Nintendo DS or anything, but like, it was pretty big. I knew a bunch of people who had it. I had one eventually.
Yeah, I got one literally near the end of.
Yeah.
I got one at the end of the PSP Go, which was horrible. But at the end of that game,
generation.
Yeah, that generation. That's when I got my first PSP.
No, and I got mine pretty early on. I mean, I got it as a present, I remember. And like, it wasn't a bad machine. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah, it was good.
It's just that, like, there's something about these games that, like, I don't want to play them, you know, while I'm on the road.
That's the thing. I think that's their main issue is the franchises that PlayStation Sony owns that you would want to play are kind of the ones that you want to play on a big screen, like Metal Gear Solid or God of War. I mean, God of War is great on the PSP.
Yeah, but
it's just not the same.
It's not. I mean, I think I said it in the podcast before. Just in the new Pokemon, I spent over 400 hours playing.
Yeah. Since
it came out, since I bought it, I'm just like, I can't think of a single game on the
PlayStation, on the PSP
that I played for that long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The games, I mean, I don't know I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's just Nintendo has more replayability than them.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something, but I definitely will play my DS, my 2DS over my PSP any day.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the only reason I would play my PSP after I got it was because I had it hacked to play Game Boy Advance games. Like, you know, I mean, like I played like God of War, beat it, never played it again.
Yeah,
same thing. Any game that came out.
And those are games that you beat, and they have replayability, but they're not the same. Yeah, you can't just pick it up and play it.
The only way I could do it is if it had online or something like that. But any game on the PSP was pretty much not replayable, like that I can think of. I'm sure there's some that there are. I'm not saying that there aren't.
Yeah, like the one game I think I was really obsessed with was Patapon. I don't know if you ever heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
That game, it wasn't even like this AAA game, I would call it, you know, like God of War or anything. It was just a simple beat game, and I loved the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
But that was really the only game I would play. But like I said, if I was going on a road trip, I would choose my DS over my PSP.
Yeah.
Even though I had movies on my PSP, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted to play games.
Yeah, I mean, I never understood that your battery life is like 2 hours when you're watching a movie. I don't know, and those are a big failure. I remember they had bins of like $2 PSP movies because nobody would buy them. Like, I just didn't make any sense.
I remember I started buying them just because they were in the bin.
Yeah, I was like, for $1? Like, whatever. Like, shit. I mean, I might watch it.
I remember, what is it called? Ombak?
Yeah.
I bought that in the bin. I think they had the Protector, too. I mean, those movies, I would watch the shit out of on anything. Yeah. On anything. And it was cool to finally get on my PSP.
A portable ass whooping? I'm down to watch that. No, but I really... The PSP, like I said... the PSP, I think, was really good machinery. They had it was so, like, the way it was hackable, like you can hack it to do a lot of different shit.
It
was really good. I think it had really good functionality. It just really brought out everything that you could do with it. But I just think that, I don't know, the games itself, like you said, is just, they weren't there like they are for Nintendo, and that's the main thing, is the games. It's always the games. And the same thing with the Vita. I haven't played it, but the machinery of it, hardware looks really nice.
It looks way more advanced than anything Nintendo has, but I don't really care.
Yeah, me neither, right? Exactly.
It's like, what games, I mean, yeah, they have a lot of the games that they have on console, but they're on console, so...
Yeah, like when I look at a PS Vita, the main thing I think in my head is just like, how sick would Mario Kart 8 look on that screen? You know, I don't even think about how it's just how good would a Nintendo game
would my Game Boy Advance games feel on that?
Yeah, they would feel really good.
I was looking up just for the GameCube, the HD wire, I guess you would call it.
Yeah,
it's $200.
Damn.
$200. I was just like, why? You know, people want to play, but then I started thinking because someone posted a comment that people want to play their Game Boy Advance games in HD and it would be, I guess, 480 or 720, but it's like they're playing their Game Boy Advance games in higher definition. That's what people, and that shit is expensive. I was like, I wanted to buy one so I could start playing Smash again on my HD TV because it doesn't have the regular
input.
So I was like, okay, let me look at the price, and I found one. I thought it said $20. I was like, okay. No, it was like $237. Wow. I was like, oh.
You know what's crazy though? You would probably buy it if you had the money.
I would. Yeah. I mean, because I can play it on the Wii.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, my Wii luckily does have the backwards compatibility. Yeah. But I just love the GameCube is so good.
Yeah, I don't know. You just rather play it on the original console. Mm-hmm. It's not the same thing. Like I want to play all my Super Nintendo games on the Super Nintendo.
Right. Yeah.
Not on the other stuff. Next story we saw. This was interesting, and I think this can make a lot of waves. Right now, it's starting off. But first, the Gears of War franchise, as we know it, was bought by Microsoft Studios,
right,
from Epic Games. So Epic Games no longer makes these, and now it's been given to Black Tusk. So there was a report out that the voice actor for Coltrane was contacted. Coltrane. It was contacted to be part of the new game.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. So that means like they're how far. Yeah, they're working on it.
It's done.
Yeah, like they're in the process. You know, so I really like Gears of War a lot. I played all the campaigns. I played some online. It was right. It was just kind of. I was a Halo guy. I didn't play it online, but I really liked the franchise and the story.
Yeah, I mean, I never got into it, unfortunately, just because I couldn't stand the third person over the shoulder. My thumbs aren't good enough for it or whatever. So I couldn't handle it.
I don't know, like third person, yeah. Overall, it kind of sucks, but like Gears of War just does it really good in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean they did it well, but I guess because it was well, everyone else was really good. So I just couldn't hang. I was just like, I was just getting destroyed. I was like, okay, I mean this game is fun and everything, but I mean I like playing the co-op a lot. I like playing co-op story and stuff. That was fun, but I wouldn't play it by myself.
No, but I mean, regardless, the cool thing is that it's a popular franchise.
Yes, it is.
And I'm just excited that they're actually
going to do something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously they were gonna make a game, but now at least I don't know. I wonder what order like the voice actor, like is that the last thing that they do? You know, like all right, we're done. Let's put the voice actors in there. But maybe that's the first thing they do.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they could always get someone to just say
like fill it in,
while they're doing it, and then get all the voice actors together and kind of just writing through it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could go. They could do it either way, but it's good that they're showing something because remember they didn't show anything at all.
I know we're waiting at E3. We're like maybe they'll show just a teaser or something like that. Nothing.
Everything we hoped for. I mean, there was some stuff that we already knew was going to be there, but everything we wanted to be there wasn't there.
Oh yeah, no, there was no Half-Life 3.
No Half-Life 3.
There was no Last Guardian. All the stuff that we've been waiting years for. Nothing.
They're like, nope, not even a teaser.
But along with this story, now this is the more interesting part was, okay, so Epic Games, the main game designer, I'm going to butcher this guy's last name, Mike Basinski.
That sounds right.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds right.
No one's going to correct you.
Yeah. Don't correct me, please. I can't. It's like a really hard name.
There's no more video replies.
Yeah. But, so this guy, he retired, but now he's coming out of retirement. Oh. And I think this can be a start of a brand new cool franchise because this guy has proven himself. He made the Gears of War franchise. Well, he didn't make it all by himself, right? But he's the main developer in there, and also Unreal Tournament.
Oh, he developed that?
Okay, so like Unreal Tournament, you know, well, that's why the engine for Gears of War is the Unreal engine.
Yeah,
you know, they made
everything is Unreal.
You know, well, they made that engine. That's so they're.
It's crazy how many things are Unreal. Like
yeah.
run off the Unreal. I'm just like every single game I've played, like over half of them are Unreal.
Those are the main ones, like Unreal, Source, obviously.
Right.
Like, you know, maybe Frostbite is getting out there a little bit. The Battlefield.
Oh,
one.
Really? I've never seen it besides Battlefield.
Yeah, no, they've been. I forgot what fighting game they used it for. I was like, wow, they're using the Frostbite. Like,
it must not be a good fighting game. Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
I mean, they have a real good engine. They just fucked up the game, but. Nevertheless, so this guy, I think this can be really cool because he's going to be working on a new arena shooter, which an arena shooter is like Unreal Tournament, like Halo. Those are arena shooters, and like he's obviously proven that he can make a sick ass game. And I don't know, like it kind of has. It's not as exciting as like when you realize Bungie's gonna make a new franchise. So like you know Destiny's probably gonna be good. Yeah. Same thing with this guy. I mean, like he's not on the same level, but it's one of those things. It's like, oh, he made Unreal Tournament, which was like it was ported over to console, but really in the PC world, it's a big deal. And then Gears of War, which is a big deal.
Yeah,
for
it was one of the biggest Xbox franchises.
Yeah,
or still is one of the biggest Xbox.
I think by far it's like top ones. I really love the name of their new company. It's called Boss Key.
Oh, that's like, that I remember I saw this like I guess what is it propaganda for the Boss Key to like go and look. Oh, okay, that's what it is.
And like they get that from what's it called, from Zelda. Because Zelda, that's what the main key's called.
Yeah, the boss key. The
boss key.
The one that takes forever to take out of the fucking box.
Yeah, but it depends. Because sometimes I think they call it the master key. And I forget. Like
I don't remember the master key.
No, it is the boss key then. Yeah, it is the boss key. No, but really cool name, dude. I really like that. Anything that refers to Zelda, I'm all in.
Old school Nintendo games.
Yeah, I'm all in. It's just
the mushroom. Like.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. That's a great name. It's a great name. Like,
what is it? The fire flower.
Awesome name. The company name right there. Like, yeah.
There's gonna be so many startups right now.
I know, right? Whenever I make my company, I'm just go through old Nintendo games.
Like you look for obscure items that people will remember but never think about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude, that item though.
That'd be really hard to do. But yeah, we'll see what this guy does because he's working. Hopefully, it's gonna be a big game.
Yeah, it's still like. Because I didn't read the story, but does he have the company, or is he like?
It's rumors now, but his response to it was one of those, I'm saying no, but really I'm saying yes type things. Because
they have the whole Bosky website, so I'm assuming they have something. They're gonna show something.
Yeah, well, because they asked him, they're like, oh, well, there's these rumors going around that you made the new company with so and so, blah blah blah. And then, instead of him just saying absolutely not, but he was just like, I don't respond to rumors, and like, it's just like
to true rumors.
Yeah, like I don't respond to rumors that are out there in the media. Or like, well, obviously then it's true because you would have just said no, like no, absolutely not making a company. So we'll keep an eye out for this because it could be a cool new franchise. There's nothing bad with new franchises.
There's always something bad.
There's always space.
That controversy. We want something new, but when it comes out, we don't want it anymore.
Yeah. Oh, it's the same thing as all the other shooters. Shut up. Just be happy.
It's a new game we can play.
We need good new franchises. I'm tired of looking at fucking Battlefield and goddamn.
You're fucking Mario. Just give me something like.
Give me a new franchise, please. Jesus. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Nerds with Glasses. We'll be back next week. We'll talk about EVO. We'll talk about EVO. See how it went. See if you guys watched it.
Let me know who you want to win each event. Who are your top two?
They're like, well, I don't even know now one fucking fighter for the.
They better know one fucking fighter. Like,
you better know. Do your research.
It's EVO.
Yeah, well, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace out.
Lates.